Hi everyone, Joy here. Today we have Will. Will is from Sweden, right? It is past midnight by him, so we say thank you so much for joining us on the podcast today. And he's going to talk to us a bit about affiliation marketing. And you guys know I like to go behind the scenes to see what makes people successful. I've been following him for about a year and a half-ish, and I'm a big fan of his dedication and his discipline and just keep pumping and moving forward. And we're going to hear about his story today as well. Hi, Will. How you doing?
Hi, Joy. I'm doing amazing. I'm really grateful and thankful to be on the show here today. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for agreeing to come on, because, you know, it's people like you that inspire other people to start, because you just have full of energy and you just push and you just do what you need to do. Can you tell people a little bit about you? You know, how did this all come about and how long have you been in this entrepreneurial game?
Yes, absolutely. I'd love to. And it's been one heck of a journey for me, I'll tell you. So like you said, I'm from Sweden. I'm 22 years old, so I'm quite young. But in 2017, I decided to go over to the US and study at college there and play soccer at the same time. I thought it was a really good way for me to combine the two. So I went to college there. I paid 32 grand a year to get that degree, right? And I really felt this calling, really. It's the best way I can the best way I can really put it. It's like this calling, and I knew that there was more to life, more to me, more to what I was able to give to people and give to myself in my life than just going through college, paying 30 grand a year and getting that diploma just to get that level entry job and that whole thing, right? It was not for me. And I took a really tough decision at the time there to drop out of college. And that's what I did. In early 2018, I decided to drop out of college, go back home to Sweden, because I knew I wanted to become an online entrepreneur. I wanted to change lives. I wanted to live my own life on my own demands, right? Which I knew I couldn't if I kept going on this 9-to-5 path.
Yeah.
And I went home to Sweden, faced all the judgment and the questions from family and friends who had been supporting me going to college. It was a really weird and tough time for me. And I tried becoming an online entrepreneur, and I did that for about a year or so. And let me tell you, I massively failed for the first year. I tried running an agency. I tried doing drop shipping, e-commerce, design jobs, freelancing. I tried a whole lot of different things, and it wasn't working for me for over a year before dropping out of college. And that was tough for me because I was a college dropout, right? I was in debt. I didn't have a lot of money to spend up front, right? And I was taking all these courses and doing everything that these gurus were saying to do: use paid ads, do this, run paid ads to your offer, and that kind of stuff. And I was being a really diligent student here. I was doing everything. I was implementing it, but I was not making it work. I was not profitable whatsoever for the first year. And it's really not until I ran into affiliate marketing and I learned how to do it organically, so without paid ads. And that was like a thing I was never thought about that before, because everybody was saying, all the gurus, they were saying, use paid ads. It's the only way you can succeed. Yes. So when that door opened up for me to use organic ways without paid ads, that changed everything for me, because now I could start up doing this for free, basically spend my time that I had and not get in more debt, right, and lose more money on paid ads and such. And that was in about February 2019 when I started doing affiliate marketing and do it all organically. And it's been a great journey so far. Since then, it's been life-changing for me.
That's amazing. And it's quite interesting because people, you know, buy into these gurus courses and you pay thousands of dollars for it. And yes, some of them are good, but most of them, let's be honest, you pay $5,000 and you don't get that value. And you kind of feel like it's not going to work for you because you feel like you're a failure. Did you feel like you're a failure when you didn't succeed and you just wanted to give up? Did you want to give up, or was it, what did you feel in that moment?
Oh, yes. It was a very dark time for me, honestly. I'll tell you, personal stuff going on as well. Like I said, like my parents and my friends, they had all supported me going to college, right? And that's like the only thing I've ever been taught. I know it's the same in other countries too. It's like, go to college or you get a job. Like those are the two options that you have. Those are like the traditional ways that you have to get started after high school.
Yeah.
And that was really not for me. I did not like school. I was getting good grades in college, like the best grades ever, almost straight A's. I was playing great soccer, but I knew it was not for me.
Yeah.
And dropping out of college and just not making it work for the first year, that was extremely tough for me. And yeah, I gotta admit, like I was close to quitting. Like it was tough. Like there's
Yeah.
not much. It's so lonely being an entrepreneur, right? Because you've got this calling inside of you. You've got the thing that you want to build. You want to bring it to more people, and you're the one who sees that vision. And it's hard for anybody else in your environment, even your closest friends and family. It's hard for them to share that emotionally, the emotion calling that you have, and that's why it's so tough. And I think, like you mentioned, there are these courses and stuff from these gurus. They're great, but they're teaching you to do it in a way that they're doing it, like use paid ads. But you got to understand, they've got thousands or even millions of dollars in ad budget, and they got a full-time team working on that. It's not exactly like a level and like fair playing field, right? And that was so tough for me because I was doing everything they said to do, and that's why I felt like a failure, because I was not making it click. It was not working for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I completely understand what you're saying there, because, because I've also bought, into a course in the very beginning, and the same thing, have to use paid ads. And I found that hard because, first of all, I had no freaking clue. Like literally, I've never even like had a business Facebook page. I had no clue. And when you start out doing this, it's like, open a business page, post it 3 times a day, drive these ads, at least a minimum of $200 a week. And I'm like, dude, I'm starting out. I'm still working. I've got a 3-year-old. Where do I find $200 a week on top of paying them? And it's very hard. They make it hard. And like you said, I really like the fact that you say that you are not on their level, because if you're not on that level, you can't achieve those results, because they had stepping stones to get there.
Yeah.
So entrepreneurial world is very lonely. We all know that. How did you fill that lonely void? How did you get past that feeling of loneliness? What was that thing that you implemented that helped you through that?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because like you said, and like I mentioned too, entrepreneurship, it is lonely, it's tough. And things that's helped me, like first of all, it's just building up on that little spark, that calling that I talk about, that little spark that you've got inside of you. It's all about fueling that and making that into a fire. It's like a rocket ship going up to space, right? It starts with one small spark, and you gotta just fire that up and give fuel to it to keep sparking it up. And a great way to do that is by surrounding yourself with people who already have that fire and have that same spark as you. Surround yourself with those, and it becomes so much easier. And right now, with everything going on in the world and in general, that's often happening online. But I found that to be a huge, huge help for me to find communities, find friends that share that spark and fire with me, because it makes it way, way easier to go through it all.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have, because we're in the same communities online, most of it anyway. And it's the communities that we're in is so positive and uplifting most of the time. And it's really good. Like if you feel like you're like, I don't know if I can do this anymore, there's somebody that posts something that just like, oh, wow, I can do this because they did this. I can do this type thing, So really, I completely understand that. So this shows a lot about, the behind the scenes things, obviously, but I want to talk a little bit about your focus. So you said you did like some drop shipping, etc., etc. What was the thing that made you focus on, like, okay, let me ask this way first. Were your focus divided in the beginning? And do you feel like it got better when you focused on one thing?
Yes, absolutely. It was really divided. Dropping out of college, knowing nothing about marketing, like I got a D in my marketing class in high school, right? Like I was not geeking out on that at all. Like I barely got a D, right? I barely made it through, and I was not really passionate about it whatsoever. So dropping out of college, I tried to learn everything, and that's what we do, right? We try to learn everything, like SEO, email marketing, funnels, traffic, all of these different kind of things. And I was learning every single day, but I was learning things that were like 2 steps ahead of where I was at, or 3 steps or 4 steps, not like what I needed right now and the things that I needed to focus on. So it was divided, like you say, it truly was divided. And when I started focusing on, okay, what's the step that's going to move the needle for me 1 step ahead at the time, right? Just focusing on one thing at the time and working on that made it a lot easier for me. And yeah, affiliate marketing and doing organically, that was that one thing for me at that time. So definitely focus is so key.
Yeah, I completely agree. So discipline, do you feel like if you have discipline, this is going to take you, you know, to the next level in your business, to be disciplined?
Yes, I think discipline is a hard thing, and like
It
we
is
talked
hard.
about, like, it's lonely, it's hard, and you got to motivate yourself. What I found really to be the key for me, and really that determines if I'm going to have a productive day or if I'm going to have a lousy day where I spend all day watching YouTube or scrolling on social media. It comes down to habits for me, and really what I do within like the first hour or 2 hours of my day. If I start off the day good and I set up a plan, like, okay, this is what I'm going to do today. Like, I know what's going to make, like, if I wake up, I go on my phone and I scroll through and that's how I start my day, that's setting my mood into a bad state of mind, and it's going to impact the rest of my day. So the first thing I do, I always want to be productive. I'm uplifting, listening to happy music, that kind of stuff,
Yes.
and really starting my day off good. And really habits and getting to know yourself and what habits works for you to make you yourself the most disciplined and have a productive day.
Yeah, I truly believe if you don't have focus, discipline, you can't be an entrepreneur, because it's just it's literally the driving factor, right? And then obviously everything else comes that you have to learn, you know. Do you have any like big things coming up? You know, do you have any big goals? You don't have to go into the details, but where do you see yourself in the next year at least?
Yeah. Oh, great question. That's so exciting. I think as entrepreneurs, we're often thinking about this like multiple times a day. Like, what's my vision? What's the future like? And keep thinking about that. And I think that's so key too, and so vital that you motivate yourself like that. Yourself, you should always be your biggest inspiration, right? So thinking ahead, like, who's my hero? It's me in 5 years, right?
Yes.
And for the next year, my goal is, like you said, I'm in affiliate marketing and I'm involved with the Clickfunnels affiliate program a lot. And when you refer 100 people to the Clickfunnels affiliate program, or to Clickfunnels, the software, they lease your dream car for you. And they give you an award. You get to walk up on stage at their event. And that's my goal right now, to win that dream car award. So that's truly my goal right now, and to create a movement, a really good movement for people.
That is awesome. I love that. And that's actually one of my goals not in the next like few months, but maybe in the next 2 years. I'm kind of just growing it on the back end on automation, but that's a really fantastic goal to do. What made you get into ClickFunnels affiliation?
Oh yeah, good question. So like I said, back in February 2019, that's when I ran into affiliate marketing, and I learned from my mentor, like, hey, I've been down this path too. You don't need to use paid ads. Like, don't listen to the guru state. Like, it's not a fair playing field. And he told me how to do organically and how to get started with affiliate marketing. And I think ClickFunnels is a very solid affiliate program in many ways. And because you can earn this recurring revenue, right, with their software that is $97 a month. You can earn that recurring revenue from that, promoting people to that. But they also got high ticket stuff if you want to do like one-time things, like you want to promote something for $2,000 and such. Have things, and I really stand behind them and what they're doing, and I use ClickFunnels for my own business, and I think it's phenomenal.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's all my things. I built my own website on ClickFunnels, and it looks like a website, and people think it's like, oh, is that WordPress? I'm like, no, I don't know how to use WordPress, but it's just a platform, right? And you can do it for so many things. It's definitely worth it. Like, and the interesting thing is, and I mean, I myself, I'm guilty of this. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to try other platforms, and then I do, and then I always come back to ClickFunnels, but never canceling my ClickFunnels account. Like, I always have it pretty much intact because my whole business run on it. But I'm thinking, just having to look and see what's out there, and I just can't compare. I literally just cannot compare. I just keep, But yeah, no, definitely good. What do you think is the one thing that is attributing to your success?
Top of focus. I think that's really vital. And
Mm-hmm.
that fueling that fire that you already have. But it's also being clear on what you want and who you are and your identity and your role in as a leader of your people or whatever you want to do, right? I think it comes down to being clear on what you want and who you are and how you want to help people. Because if you don't know that, like if you don't have a target to aim for, then you can't aim and you can't go anywhere. You can't aim if you don't have a target. So really becoming clear on what you want and who you are, that's what helped me. Like dropping out of college, I knew I wanted to become an online entrepreneur, and I failed for the first year because I wasn't sure what route to take, right?
Yeah.
And then I first got profitable because I knew, okay, wow, this is what I want to do. I want to do affiliate marketing. I want to help people do affiliate marketing too, and that's what I do. I teach people how to do affiliate marketing organically. It's something I can really stand behind and help the underdogs. Because it's not fair. It's not a fair playing field. And really helping the underdogs get started with affiliate marketing, and it's truly what I feel like my calling, and I think that's really key that you know what you want to do, and because you wake up every morning and you're so much more excited when you've got that calling.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree with you. All right, so just one weird little question as well before I have one last little statement for you, question statement.
Yeah.
So you mentioned a few times that, you know, it's a lonely road, and we know this is entrepreneurs and you don't have family and friends to support you. Something I get all the time is, especially with students, because I mentor quite a few people, is that they have family and friends that still don't support them even a year after them starting their journey, right? Do you still have that? Like people don't support you even though you show results, they still don't really support you? Is that still something that's ongoing for you?
Yeah, totally, 100%. It's are never gonna understand. Like they're not gonna get it because it's your calling. It's not their calling. They're not gonna understand it. And some of them, they're supportive, but they still ask these questions like, oh, okay, like, but I know you got results, but like, when are you gonna get a real job? You know, that kind of thing. I think that's gonna be hard to come away from. That's why it's, like I said, it's so important that you surround yourself with those who have that fire and share your mission, right? But it's hard. They're not like us. It's your family and friends. They're not entrepreneurs. They're not the same way. We're different. We're a different breed. And that's why it's lonely, but that's also what makes it so worth it, fighting for what you've been called to help, right? Call
Yeah.
those people you've called to serve, and building that up. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
Yeah. I like when you say they're not like us. It makes us
They're
really
not.
sound like a different culture, you know? I love it. Okay, so if you have any advice for somebody, you know, starting their journey and they want to give up and they feel like, oh, I just don't know how to do this, what advice would you give that somebody sitting on the fence and like, I don't know if I can do this?
Oh, yeah. Like mentally, I would like the things that I would do, and that I need to do this more often too, because it's really what motivates me. Like when I'm in like when I'm in a low trench and I don't know what to do and I don't know how to move forward and I'm really not feeling the momentum. We all have those days, those weeks, maybe even those months, right?
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
it's something that's really inspiring for me is to think about Will in 5 years, in 10 years, and the things that I have been able to accomplish by that time, and knowing that I reach so many people and I can live the life that I want to. I think that's super vital. Like your biggest inspiration should always be yourself. And when you start picturing that every single day and you start realizing like, oh, I can become this. This is me in like 5 years or in 1 year, in 2 months. I think that's really key. And it can be hard to just do that on your own. I love to watch documentaries or movies of inspiring people or inspiring organizations doing the same thing, and that's something that really gets me going when I'm in a dark place.
Yeah, I like that. That's good advice. Actually, I don't think I've had that on the show before. Thank you, Will. I appreciate your time. This is fantastic. And I'm going to keep following your journey because I think what you've achieved so far, it's been good. And the fact that you just keep pushing and don't give up, it's very inspiring to me, and I'm sure to a lot of people as well. So thank you for you. And I really appreciate your time on this interview. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joy. It's been my pleasure. And thank for everybody listening too. It's been amazing. Thank you.
Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.